guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. I'm feeling a little sick. I don't feel good at all, but things have to be done. I'm coloring my HerGivenHair wig. I've had this wig for 2 years and like 2 months now. I bought it with my own money in October of 2022. So this is what we're working with right now, and I just want to make it a little lighter. So for the most part, I'm just going back in. I'm gonna section this off and we're gonna bleach it and then tone it. You'll see. But I'm not feeling good, so I'm really not gonna be talking that much because I do not feel good. I feel really lightheaded. Whatever. Things have to be done, innit? So the first thing that I did was brush through the wig because I wanted to make sure when I was applying the bleach and the toner that it applied evenly without leaving any patches. I also gave myself the worst haircut that I've ever given any of my wigs. Like, this is terrible and I definitely have to go back in and fix it. But I need to watch a couple more videos on YouTube and TikTok first before I mess it up even further, because now the shape is just really awkward. And to be honest, y'all, I don't even know how I'm gonna fix it. So after brushing and giving myself this nasty trim, I went in and I was sectioning the hair off. Now, the best video that I would recommend that you watch, because I'm doing this based on a memory of this video that I watched, I will put her name. Her name is Tiara something. I can't remember her last name. Oh, Tiara Monet. She did a video on how she adds like highlights or lightens her hair, and I will put the name of the video on here or I'll link it on a card, but that's where I got that bobbing and weaving method. So that's all that I did, is I sectioned it off, and then the parts that I'm braiding down, as you see right now, into like a little plait, those are not going to be getting any bleach on them. I'm only putting bleach on the parts that are left out. This will make sense as you go deeper into the video. Again, I'm not going to go in depth into how I section it, because if you watch Tiara's video, that explains it a lot better than I can, because she's actually a professional hairstylist. Also note that my results are not going to be the same as hers, because again, she is a professional hairstylist with years of experience. The video that I'm linking is an older video. She may have something that's more updated, but I want to say I watched that video 2 or 3 years ago, and I've used it to lighten another set of bundles / wig that I made for myself from Kendra's boutique, and the color on those is absolutely gorgeous. So I just did that on the entire unit, sectioning off what I didn't want bleached and then leaving the parts that I did want to lighten, because I was going for like patches or like streaks of lighterness, but I wanted it to be mixed in with the darker parts of the hair, if that makes sense. It'll make sense as we go in a little bit further. And then I went in and I just mixed my bleaching powder. This is the new bleaching powder I've been using. I like it, and I mixed it with some 20 volume developer because I didn't want to fry this hair. I just mixed that up in a bowl and I applied it to the sections that I wanted to lighten, which was not the entire unit, because this was supposed to be just adding like some highlights to it. I don't know the correct terminology, but I just wanted a little more lightness without doing this to the entire unit, because that's just not what I was going for. So I always make sure to mix this thoroughly so that it's evenly mixed and you don't have patches of like powder in the middle of the liquid, because that just gets messy. I applied it to the sections that I wanted, and then what you'll see me doing a couple of clips from now is adding some Ziploc bags. Those Ziplocs are going over the parts that I didn't want lightened, because I did not want to get any bleach on them or any lightener on them. So again, I'm just going in and I'm applying the bleach to the parts that I want to lighten. Make sure that you take your time with this, because you don't want to have any patches, because then that becomes a much bigger headache to try and go in and correct this. So again, applying the bleaching powder and then trying to not make it a straight line, kind of like brushing it towards the root of the hair so that it's not like a super harsh line. It kind of blends into the lightness a little bit. Not sure how good of a job I did with that, but that's what I was going for. And this is what I was talking about, applying the Ziploc bags to cover the hair that I didn't want lightened, because obviously I was applying bleach to hair that's above that, and I just did not want to mess with that hair at all. So going in with the bleach, combing it through, making sure every strand is coated. This is why I also brushed the hair out to get it as straight as I possibly could. This is what it looked like after about 20 minutes. And as you see, there are some parts that are covered in foil because I wanted those to be super duper light. So the parts that I was rinsing out, I just used some Iso Plus to stop the bleaching process. I'm not sure if it actually did anything, but I think that it did. I applied that, and then I just took a cup and I filled it with some water because I didn't want to wash the entire wig, because as you can see, I have some parts covered in foil that I wanted to have a super light color on. So I went with a cup of water and I was just dipping the hair that I didn't want to be bleached anymore more into that cup, and you'll see me doing that like on the wig, like in the front right here. So just dipping it. This is the easiest way that I could think of to stop the process, and I couldn't think of anything else. If there's a faster way of doing this without having to do all this work, please let me know in the comments below, because this is not going to be the last time that I bleach any hair. This is what it looked like once all of it was done. As you can see, I have a couple of strands that are a lot lighter, some that are like basically dark, and then some that are brown. These are the 3 toner colors that I mixed. So I used 1 scoop of each toner. Okay, so 1 scoop of each, because you want to use equal parts of toner and then twice the amount of bleach. So for 1 scoop of toner, I'm going to use 2 scoops of bleach. It'll make sense in a minute. So this is me just measuring all of the toners into the cup, and then I went in and I did the same with the bleach. So because I used 3 parts of toner, I used 6 parts of the developer. Sorry, not the bleach, but of the developer. And the instructions are there on the Weller bottle. It tells you to use 1 part toner to 2 parts developer. So that's what I did. And again, I just used this 20 volume because that's what the instructions say. For the most part, I follow instructions. I'm not a professional, so I don't really go out on a whim, and I just apply that. I have these kitchen gloves because I did not want to fry my fingers. I have done that before and it hurts so bad, especially because I knew I was going to be doing my nails that day. Don't want to put glue, okay, like press on nail glue onto some freshly cooked nails. That is a recipe for a disaster, so protect your hands. So I applied that all throughout, and you'll see me raking it through with my hands. And then I did also go in with a brush to make sure that it was evenly coated, and I am just applying this to the entire unit. I didn't just do it on the lightened parts. Not sure if that really did anything. It was just a lot faster for me to do it that way, and I'm just using the extra, making sure the entire wig is saturated in that toner, because I feel like this ensures that I'm getting the best results that I possibly can. Once I applied it to the wig, I did let that sit. I think it was like 40 minutes or whatever it says on the box. Afterwards, I rinsed it out, and then I used this Nexus Curl Define. I've never used this before, but it's supposed to stop frizz from happening, and I think it worked because the bottom part of my hair still looks pretty good. It's the top where I didn't put anything that is now so frizzy, and I didn't bring any hair products. I use this the Do Crazy Sexy Curl Mousse. So I mixed those 2 products together, and then I went in with my brush. You can use a Demon brush, you can use the Felicia Leatherwood comb as well. Just a paddle brush would be fine, because you're just trying to get as much curl definition as you possibly can. So I'm working section by section to brush that, making sure every section is coated. Now again, I didn't use the Nexus on the top part of my wig, so in the pictures that you see, you'll see that I have some frizzing at the top. I didn't use the Nexus on there, so when I go back home in a couple of days, I'm gonna go ahead and use that on the entire unit. But here are the end results as far as the color, the cut, the definition. I am not happy with the haircut and I need to fix it, but I do love the color. I think it turned out super well. And thank you so much for watching Vlogmas Day 5.